Now at 5, we'll learn about a new drug court operating in Pittsburgh. Plus, Missouri Southern says one of its students has a first-in-the-nation degree. And
a new U.S. Supreme Court ruling and more legal challenges for former President Donald Trump. I'm Erica Brown in Washington with details of multiple states trying to keep him off their primary ballots.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas, in collaboration with the 11th Judicial District, has established a drug court. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Elise Snowy. The CHC created the court with a $150,000 grant through the Kansas Fights Addiction Grant Program. Drug courts or specialty courts provide an option to incarceration for individuals convicted of nonviolent drug-related offenses. CHC says the court will combine intensive judicial supervision, mandatory drug testing, escalating sanctions, and treatment, all with the goal of helping substance abusing offenders break the cycle of addiction and the crimes that often come with it.
The end result of drug court could be, you might have fought off that addiction, and B, you might continue to maintain employment, and just be more present in your life.
The program is expected to have full implementation in Crawford, Cherokee, and Labette counties by 2025. Well, an MSSU student became the first person in the United States to hold a certificate in behavioral neuroscience. That's according to the university. Riley McFall graduated last Saturday with a major in psychology and a minor in biology. He also earned the undergraduate certificate that was added to MSSU's psychology department catalog this fall.
I feel like I got lucky. I'm not going to lie, because I had already done all these things, and then suddenly this is just a thing that's offered. And so it felt almost free in a sense. I still paid for it, but it feels like I got recognized for what I actually wanted to do.
They should be attractive to many fields in modern clinical psychology, medicine and healthcare, and as well as graduate school.
There are other students following McFall's path who will earn the certificate in the following semesters. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us.
Hey, we got some pretty good amounts of rain for us last night, which is good. We really needed it. Officially at the airport in Joplin, 3/4 of an inch, and then since midnight it's been 0.66 inches for the month, about an inch. But look where we're at for the year, so we're going to end 2023 well behind, but at least we're going to get some more rain in the forecast. Joplin tire cam down. Pittsburgh, wet road, so be careful if you're going to be out. 55 in Anderson, 55 in Fort Scott. Nowata sitting at 57. We're only going to drop back near 50 later on tonight. Most of the rain is out of here, but we can't rule out a couple little sprinkles for us tonight. We're watching this next storm system, which is building out toward the southwest. So that's going to affect us by Christmas Eve. I'll have those details for you here in a bit.
All right, we'll check in with you soon. Well, at least 2 other states are considering whether to follow Colorado's historic ruling of leaving former President Donald Trump off of next year's presidential primary ballot. Erica Brown reports from Washington.
The U.S. Supreme Court issued a one-line order denying Special Counsel Jack Smith's request to fast-track a decision on whether former President Donald Trump is immune from federal prosecution for his alleged role in trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
They didn't give us reasons, and we can think of both legal and non-legal reasons why they might not want to jump into the fray. It's not unheard of for them to say, let's let this play out in the Court of Appeals first. That's typical.
Trump, who leads the pack of Republican presidential candidates, is also fighting back against this week's controversial ruling in Colorado, where the state Supreme Court found him ineligible to appear on the state's primary ballot.
Can you believe what's going on in our country?
The 4-3 decision stems from the former president's involvement in the January 6th insurrection. Trump's campaign has vowed to appeal the ruling to the U.S. Supreme Court. The January 6th riot and the congressional conclusion that Trump incited the attack are also at the center of California and Maine trying to keep him off the ballot.
There is a strong legal case that Donald Trump violated the Insurrection Act, violated the 14th Amendment, and is subject to this type of scrutiny and this type of accountability.
But some Republicans argue President Biden and Democrats are using legal challenges to sway the election.
The more that the judicial system has to get involved where it's looking partisan, but it's not going to kind of put at ease any of the voters who may feel they're being disenfranchised.
As Trump's legal drama plays out, other GOP presidential candidates have also weighed in.
If Colorado isn't going to include Trump on the GOP primary ballot, then I will withdraw from the Colorado GOP primary ballot.
No judges need to decide who can and can't be on the ballot.
Republicans in Iowa will be the first to cast their votes for their choice in the state's caucuses on January 15th. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
Former President Trump has also requested a delay in the defamation lawsuit he's facing from writer E. Jean Carroll. There's word today that one of the dual U.S.-Israeli citizens thought to be taken hostage by Hamas is dead. The news comes as the UN Security Council passed a heavily negotiated resolution on humanitarian aid to Gaza after more than a week of delay. It will allow for more food, water, and fuel to enter the territory while also demanding the immediate release of all hostages. Still ahead, holiday allergens.
'Tis the season for sneezing and coughing, and if you bring home this holiday staple, it could be the culprit. I'm Jared Hill with how to prevent what's known as Christmas tree syndrome.
Plus, new research identifies antibodies that could be used to fight the flu. Those stories next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch. Researchers at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine have identified a class of special antibodies that appear capable of neutralizing multiple forms of the flu virus. They believe this discovery could lead to the development of more broadly protective flu vaccines. Mayo Clinic researchers have developed a map that shows how the measles virus can mutate and spread to the brain, resulting in a rare deadly brain disease. They hope this study will bring a better understanding of how other viruses spread to the brain and could lead to more effective antiviral drugs. Well, 'tis this season for sneezing and coughing, but it could be what's inside your house that's making you feel so lousy. Jared Hill tells us how your Christmas tree can be causing those indoor allergies to flare up.
This holiday staple could be the reason for a lot of the coughing and sneezing during the season. And it even has a name, Christmas tree syndrome.
When you bring in a Christmas tree into the home, people have worsening allergy symptoms.
Dr. Devon Preston is an allergist with the Cleveland Clinic. He says people think it's the pine pollen from real trees that's causing the problems, but
it's more of the weed pollens and mold spores that are collecting on the Christmas trees, and then you bring them into the home, and then those pollens kind of drop off and make a lot of your symptoms worse. People just don't think about the fact that they may need to clean their trees off before bringing them in the home.
If you have an artificial tree, you're not out of the woods. Allergens like dust and mold can build up on the tree and decorations while they're being stored and trigger symptoms.
We tend to store them in places in the home that have a lot of dust and dust mites. They're put in places that are moist and very warm so you can generate mold. And we rarely keep these decorations and artificial tree in an airtight container.
Now, if you choose a real tree, experts say it's best to toss it right after the holidays. That's because mold can continue to grow on the tree.
If you really have significant allergies, it may be a good time to put an air purifier next to the tree. If all of that still doesn't work, then it's time to think about some of the over-the-counter nasal steroids, nasal antihistamines, or oral antihistamines to help with those symptoms.
So you can enjoy your tree and all the trimmings. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
That's a look at today's health news. A little later, how airports are handling this year's holiday travel rush.
Plus, we have rain in the forecast. We're going to be looking at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a gloomy one today, but we got some much needed rainfall for us last night, about 3/4 of an inch in Joplin, which, hey, we definitely need. Now we have the clouds, had some drizzle, some fog out there today. So if you are going to be out, there's a lot of people out right now. Just be careful as the roads are still wet and a little bit of fog across the region. All right, look at our rainfall amounts. So the areas in the green saw at least a 1/2 inch. Jasper, Newton County, Ottawa County, Delaware, McDonald, and also Benton County, and then a little bit out toward Montgomery and Lebec County. Everybody else under a half an inch, but still pretty good rainfall amounts. 55 in Stockton, 56 at Grand Lake, 53 in Iola. We're not going to drop off too much tonight, which is good. We're going to hang out near 50. Southerly winds will actually keep our temperatures up. Visibility's down due to the clouds. A little bit of fog out there will hang into lower 50s. A little bit of drizzle and fog sticking around as we go through the evening hours. Any persistent rain is out of here. So all the rain we saw last night is now across Illinois, eastern parts of Missouri. But let's go southwest. Here's our next storm system, and this system will start to affect us tomorrow night and then heading into Christmas Eve. Fairly strong system as well. You can see the twist in the upper level winds as that upper level low heads toward us. In fact, it's going to play havoc on us a good chunk of next week. So let's go through time. Here's our next wave. Kicks out right across Central Plains. Showers, thunderstorms, rain pushes through, and then we have to deal with this back wave, which settles in on Christmas Day and then just kind of hangs. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, giving us clouds, cooler temperatures, and even some showers across the region. So it is going to be quite a bit cooler as we go into early next week. All right, let's work through the weekend. Clouds, fog tonight. Maybe a sprinkle, lower 50s. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, but not a bad day. If you want to get outside and do something, by noon we're into lower 60s. Look at our highs. We go 64, 65, 66 degrees during the afternoon. Clouds thicken tomorrow night. Most of the night dry. We'll start to get some showers in here very late tomorrow night. And then a band of thunderstorms heads toward us Sunday morning, which is Christmas Eve. So we start the day, showers and a few embedded thunderstorms, and then just on and off showers all day. Here's 3 p.m. on Sunday, and then more develop Christmas Eve evening, 7:30 Sunday evening, and then just light showers stick around all the way into Christmas morning. So it's definitely going to be on the wet side. So rainfall potential with this next wave up to Christmas morning. A lot of areas are going to pick up 1.5 inches, maybe upwards of 2 inches, which we definitely need. So rain, Christmas Eve, 100% chance, and then scattered showers Christmas Day turning cooler. High temp of 45, 66 though tomorrow, 59 Christmas Eve. Everybody will see rain, 45 Monday. Quite a bit cooler next week. Look at Wednesday, a high of 37, a high of only 38 next Thursday.
Well, we're certainly not having a white Christmas,
Nope.
which is what I'm used to, but I'll take the much needed rain.
Yeah,
and
we
the
had a
higher
white
temperatures.
Christmas last year, but not this year.
Not this year. All right. Thanks, Doug.
Yep.
Coming up, the FTC announces new rules to protect the privacy of children online. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the Federal Trade Commission has unveiled a new plan to improve children's privacy and protection online. The new proposal includes protections for children, personal data, and limits what information companies can collect from children online. The FTC says digital platforms would be required to turn off targeted ads to children under 13 years old by default. Advertisers would also be prohibited from sending push notifications to them. It's a busy day on the roads and at the airport as people head to their holiday destination. AAA predicts more than 7 million people are flying this week. So far, things have run pretty smoothly. Chris Van Cleve is getting a first-hand look at the travel rush.
Lots of fun with Mr. Snowman. Coast to coast, it's time to travel as millions head home for the holidays.
All gates, all flights, all airlines.
The Kopp family is leaving LA for Bismarck, North Dakota. They're among the more than 39 million the airlines expect to fly during this Yuletide travel time.
I've used LAX before and it's been crazy with the traffic, but today we got here in a decent amount of time.
For United Airlines pilot Cole Doss and his mother Moya, a 46-year flight attendant, the holidays are being spent together at work and at home.
It's really nice. It's special.
The two went viral after Cole posted this video.
One of these flight attendants in particular working with us today is not only an exceptional flight attendant, but also my exceptional mom.
Marking the first time they worked the same flight together earlier this year.
To my mom, I love you, and to everyone on board, welcome aboard our family-friendly skies.
I was embarrassed, but I was also, I mean, it also made me cry. It was very sweet, very sweet.
Was it a little bit like an early Christmas gift, this moment?
Yeah, it's not a tangible gift, which I think sometimes are the most special gifts.
And the airlines continue to hope that the rest of this holiday travel season remains a gift for flyers. We looked at their performance compared to 2019 and last year. In both cases, delays are down, cancellations are down. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Los Angeles.
As of Friday morning, the airlines have completed more than 99% of flights in the past week. Toyota is recalling roughly 1 million vehicles because of a defective airbag sensor. The recall affects various 2020 to 2022 Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Lexus, Highlander, and Sienna models. Toyota says a short circuit in a sensor could cause the airbags to malfunction. The sensors prevent the bags from deploying if a small adult or child is sitting in the front seat. Toyota will notify owners of the recalled vehicles by the middle of February. Final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, Steve Hartman goes on the road to Detroit with a story of neighborly love just in time for Christmas. Then on KOAM News at 6, we'll have more on the new drug court in southeast Kansas, plus the results of a study examining the safety of 5 swimming pools along Tar Creek, and an unexpected gift from students at some St. Louis high schools. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. If you're ever on the go and want to still be able to watch our newscast live, just download the KOAM Plus app. It's available free of charge on the Apple and Google Play stores, as well as Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Just search for KOAM Plus. Every family has their favorite holiday movie to watch at this time of year, and for many, including myself, that movie is Elf, starring Will Ferrell. As Bradley Blackburn explains, Buddy the Elf is celebrating a big anniversary this year, and plenty of fans are joining in.
Just cool it. It's hard to believe it.
You sit on a throne of lies.
But the holiday hit Elf turns 20 this year. Watching Will Ferrell's Buddy has become a tradition for generations. When's the last time you watched Elf?
On the airplane on the way over here 3 days ago.
Even after 2 decades, fans come to New York to trace Buddy's steps, including at the Empire State Building, where his father worked in the film.
He walked right through here. Absolutely, right through that door.
This year, the building's on board with the celebration. In the lobby, windows tie into the movie. Clips are even part of their new museum.
I work at the Empire State Building is when he takes off and just all the buttons in the elevator get touched and then he makes it to a stop. That's my favorite.
86 floors up at the famous observatory, Buddy is grabbing attention too, along with the views. The coordinators visiting from Scotland are checking off several of the movie's locations.
Film's fantastic. We went to Central Park earlier and we saw where the snowball fights were, so we just love it.
And it's not just here, high above the Big Apple. Fans across the country are finding ways to celebrate this sweet anniversary.
There's an Elf empire of products, from maple syrup goldfish to Krispy Kreme donuts. Meal kit maker HelloFresh has an Elf option with pasta, syrup, and candy, so you can fix breakfast just like Buddy. The company says they sold out.
Good? Good.
A modern-day Christmas story that's proven its staying power.
You think people will still be watching it 20 years from now?
Yeah, I know I will be.
And earned the kind of love.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
That lasts. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
That movie never disappoints.
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's perfect weather to watch it too this weekend.
Yeah, because it's going to be kind of crummy. I mean, tomorrow not too bad. We're going to be 66, mostly cloudy. But on Christmas Eve, it's going to rain all day. High 59. Christmas Day, kind of like what we're seeing outside right now. Gloomy on and off showers, turning colder. High temp of 45 degrees.
Well, at least we still need the rain.
We do.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we'll be back right here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Thanks for making us part of your night.